Well, everyone, after typing in this long 36-digit password, got some baseball games for you. Pittsburgh and Miami, which is actually the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Florida Marlins. Oh, wait a minute. Check the league first. Pittsburgh bottom of the league. Florida Marlins aren't too much better than them. So, yeah, look at Pittsburgh's 24.5 games out of first. They got the worst record in the league. Look at their win percentage is 175. They're the only team below 350. Completely computer controlled. I do have some good news that I found my 2 Sega Genesis games that I bought about a month ago. Never got around to playing them. The bad news is I don't have any Sega Genesis controllers. I do have the controllers that came with the Rectron 3, the wireless controllers, but I have to take the backup. They run on batteries, like AA batteries or AAA batteries. I got plenty of batteries, but I need a screwdriver to take it off. I don't feel like going onto my toolbox and getting one. Eventually I might get around to it though. Probably get around to it this weekend. I have 2 games in a row that are computer controlled. I should download some more games on the Wii. There's a lot of games I want to try out that I've never played before. One game I would like to get is Contra. I've never played Contra before, but in the game of Bobo's Big Adventure, there's one level that is like Contra, and it's my favorite level of the game of the Bobo's Big Adventure. So I got Super C, which is Contra, second Contra game. That game is just way too hard for me. It's too frustrating because it's one-hit death. You gotta keep starting over. Yeah, you can go ahead and check out my Bobo's Big Adventure video. I actually got it separated into different levels. So actually I'll check right now. Check out my channel to find out exactly which one it is. Okay, it's a Bobo's Big Adventure Part 8, so it's the 8th level in the game. There's 9 levels. The 9th level is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out level. Just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, you're totally confused. A Bobo's Big Adventure is a game that came out recently on the computer. Level 1 is basically a tribute to the NES. Level 1 is like Double Dragon. You're playing as a Bobo from the game Double Dragon. Level 1 is like the streets of Double Dragon. They got tons of NES characters in there from many different games. Level 2 is like Super Mario Brothers, the water level. But it has a different twist to it. You're playing in the water level, it's got the same music as Super Mario Brothers, but you have like a Yoshi tongue. You can shoot your tongue out and catch things. You can spit them out. So it's kind of, it's like they took all the Nintendo games out there, threw them into a blender and put them into one game, and it's just an amazing accomplishment. The third level is Urban Champ, which is like a really quick and easy short level. Level 4 is like Legend of Zelda, castle level. And then level 5 is like Balloon Fight. Level 6, Pro Wrestling. Level 7 is like Mega Man. It's actually a stage in Mega Man 2. Level 8 is like Contra, and level 9 is like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. The weird thing is in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the computer's playing as Little Mac and you're playing as a Bobo. You're on the opposite side. And Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, which was later just changed, the name was changed to just Punch-Out. You're at the bottom of the screen fighting the character on the top of the screen, and it's the opposite way around in this game. And I can get as far as level 9, I cannot beat it. Fun game to play. You can play it on the computer. Anybody can play it for free. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to download anything. You just go to bobosbigadventure.com. Just click and play. Use the arrow keys to move. Use the A and S buttons for your attack buttons. It's got a rage meter. For every time you hit an enemy character, your rage meter goes up. They hit you, your rage meter goes down. If you get a full rage meter, press both buttons at the same time, and you got like the special attack that kills everyone on the stage. It was kind of hard, I think, playing on the keyboard. What I did is I went and got the NES Retrolink USB adapter, so I could plug my Nintendo controller and plug the NES controller directly into the computer. Kind of a lot easier that way. These games are kind of boring when I don't get to play. Bell, I think he might be related to George Bell, but I'm not positive. Okay, I guess not. George Bell is black, J Bell I see is white, but for some reason I thought George Bell had a relative in baseball. What's with the name with a J? George spells his name with J-O-R-G-E. Right. Must have been a different player I was thinking about. Right. I know there's many fathers' sons in baseball, like the Griffeys. There's Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. Bonilla, Bobby Bonilla, and Barry Bonilla, or no. I don't know where's... No, it was Bonds. That's what I was saying, like Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonds. And there was the Ripken family, Cal Ripken Jr., and Billy Ripken. Families I could think about. I think Ozzie Guillen had a brother or a cousin that played sometime after Ozzie did, but I don't think he was really that good. I can't remember his first name, I know his last name was Guillen. I should be able to do 2 games tomorrow. I get off work at 4 o'clock. I guess I should mention that today, as I record this video, it's Thursday, because I know a lot of the videos I record, sometimes I don't get them uploaded to the next day, so it might be kind of confusing to anyone who's watching them, like, the day that they get uploaded. So, tomorrow, which is Friday, Friday, August 30th. I get off at 4 o'clock p.m., so I'll have time to do a couple more games. Oops, that was a fail. Most of the players can catch it with their butt cheeks, but he missed it. Most of the players in this game, anyway. The back will be completely turned, the ball will hit him, like, right in the cheeks and pull him out. Let's throw 1 run. Hey! Right! Why didn't he swing at that? Bases loaded. It's gonna score a run. Oh, they got him. I didn't think they'd get anyone. I think I must be really slow. Now see, when I'm playing, I rarely take a ball. I usually swing at everything. Guy just doesn't swing at anything, but see, now he should have swung at that. That was one kind of thing in baseball. Coaches always used to tell me, if you get a 3-0 count, don't swing at the 4th pitch. If it's like a perfect pitch right down the middle, I mean, you're gonna swing at it. What do you think he's going to steal second base from his player on there? I hate when they do stupid things like that. Ball! Well, I haven't landed on my bed. Strike 3, you're out. That guy's just afraid to swing at anything. Brett Barbary. Or how many people call him Barbie doll. Hey, you see players jump sometimes? I don't think you can control them to jump. I think that's something the computer automatically does. As far as I know, I've had this game for like 18 years, and I've never... There is a way to jump, I don't know. I never knew about it. Close. You know, some of the games I could download on the Wii are the Donkey Kong games. Because the only Donkey Kong game I have is Donkey Kong Country on the Super NES. And they made some earlier games on the NES. Rare Software developed the Donkey Kong Country on Super NES. And I'm pretty sure they made Donkey Kong Country 2. They made some, like, kind of like how you got the Super Mario Kart games. Donkey Kong had their own version of karts. I played one of the Donkey Kong Kart versions and really didn't like it too much. It's probably just because I was so used to Super Mario Kart. It's hard going from one racing game to another. Donkey Kong really took off. That was a fail. It's kind of crazy to think that in 1979 the Nintendo company was almost facing bankruptcy, and their lead artist Shigeru Miyamoto designed the game Donkey Kong, which had Mario in it, whose name was originally Jumpman. And if you watch my Super Mario review, I talked about it. It was originally supposed to be the game Popeye, which was also a game on Nintendo on my channel. But I guess what he did, Shigeru Miyamoto took the characters from Popeye. He turned Bluto into an ape, which became Donkey Kong. Popeye turned into Jumpman, which was the player in Donkey Kong who was jumping over the barrels. In a later version of Donkey Kong, they changed Jumpman's name to Mario, and they gave him his own story, and which is where he became Super Mario. And Olive Oil was changed into Princess Toadstool. And it's so weird that they were going almost bankrupt in '79, and ever since they came out with the Mario games. And look at how famous Super Mario got, look how famous Donkey Kong got. It's Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, the Japanese version and the American version. There's Super Mario Brothers 3, and those are just on the Nintendo. There's also Mario's Missing, Dr. Mario. Now, I don't have Mario's Missing on the NES, but I do have the Super NES version. The Super Nintendo came out, they had Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Mario's Missing on that system too, which is the one I do have. Super Mario All-Stars. I don't even know how many, couldn't even guess how many Super Mario games there are. I've got some of the ones on the NES, some of them on Super NES. I'm sure there are Mario games on NES and Super NES that I don't have. I know Dr. Mario is one of them. I think that was regular NES. And the NES version of Mario is missing. And I got the two games on N64, Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart 64. Donkey Kong was another one that got real popular, all the Donkey Kong games that came out. There was like Donkey Kong on the NES, there was like Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong Math. And you got Super Nintendo. N64, and then Shigeru Miyamoto also designed Zelda. Look how many Zelda games there were. I've only played 3 of them, 2 on the NES and the 1 on the Super NES. I wasn't very good at those games because I never played them as a kid. Pretty much all the games I'm good at are games I've been playing ever since I was a kid. It took me a long time to get good at those games because I just kept playing them over and over again. Every time I play a game, I start at the beginning and get to usually the point where I last got. Sometimes I get a little bit further each time. What kind of name was that? Orestes the Strayed? Dude, I just changed my name to like Joe Smith or something. Name's kind of hard to pronounce. Santiago, I remember him. Actually, I just remember his name. heard a crazy rumor that fast food companies might be going on strike. Employees want to go from making $7.50 an hour, and they want to raise to $15 an hour all across the country. I think fast food workers should be making that much money. I worked fast food my very first job 20 years ago, and it was the easiest job, one of the easiest jobs I ever had. I was making $4.25 back then, which was minimum wage. No, $4.65. That was December of '93. The same year the same month I got my Super Nintendo. About halfway through the season already. This is the 10th game we've seen so far. There are 9 more regular season games. And we got 2 playoff games and a World Series game. So we're a little over halfway through the regular season, but we're slightly under the middle of full season, including the 2 playoff games and World Series. To get the second player so I can do some 2-player games. I mentioned that before in a few videos, but I mean, there are just so many games I have that I could do 2 players in. I don't think I'm going to have time to talk about it right now, but in the next video I got the Cubs and the Padres, 2 National League teams, both computer controlled, so once again I'm just sitting back, just babbling about stuff. I'll go ahead and talk about it all in that video. All the different games that I could do 2 players on. I want to get more subscribers on my page and on my channel. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. You get to see all my uploads. After I finish this baseball season, I plan on doing a full football season, Tecmo Super Bowl 3 Final Edition. I've already done 3 full football seasons of the other Tecmo games. Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES, Tecmo Super Bowl on the Super NES, Tecmo Super Bowl 2 Special Edition on the Super NES. I also plan on doing a full hockey season. NHL 07 on the PS2. Changing their pitchers in ninth inning. I feel like Pittsburgh, the worst team in the league, is going to get a shutout here. Unless someone ties it up. Game. That's 3 shutouts in a row I've seen. I just realized I had a shutout the last 2 games. First game was 12-0. Second game was 1-0. Pittsburgh shuts out 2-0. Okay, now we're going to skip all the way down to June 30th. It's going to be our next game. Just look at the password. When I'm needed for anything, if you want to play and leave off where I left off. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the game. I'll see you in the next video. Cubs and the Padres.